Nerds take center stage at the box office. The WGA strike continues to delay some of your favorite shows with one notable exception, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom dungeons get a facelift. All that and next. I'm Lucas Pinkard for Christian Nerd HQ, and this is your download for May 11th, 2023.
Welcome to the Christian Nerd HQ download. The download.
Viva Kids Studios' new film Rally Road Racers hits theaters this weekend. A classic underdog story of a kid who just wants to win a 200-mile, no-holds-barred race. It's got a little bit of the elements from my childhood, mixing wacky racers with some of the visual effects of the 2008 movie Speed Racer. This is sure to be a fun film for the entire family and has already got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Rally Road Racer is rated PG for some crude humor and violence throughout, but that's what you expect in a no-holds-barred race. Critics and audiences alike are abuzz about the new film BlackBerry, which releases this weekend. BlackBerry chronicles the rise and fall of the tech giant that goes by the same name and that invented the smartphone. Based off of the book Losing the Signal, BlackBerry shows how the small Canadian company started off in a friend's garage and then ended up as a superpower, which met its demise, as so many do, at the hands of Apple. BlackBerry is rated R as a drama comedy that shows us language throughout, with the theme of it being that nerds can do anything if only we hire the proper business managers. Legendary Christian comedian Shonda Pierce hits the big screen this weekend with the faith-based comedy Roll With It. The movie follows a biscuit-slinging waitress who has to win the karaoke contest at the big fair so that she can save her house from foreclosure. If you know anything about Shonda and her comedy, you know that there's a reason why she's releasing this on Mother's Day weekend. This will only be in theaters on May 11th and the 13th, so make sure that you support one of Christian comedy's gems and take your mom to go do something nice with her. The WGA strike doesn't look like it's going to be ending anytime soon, which means more major delays for some of our favorite shows. Both Andor and House of Dragons have ended up on the list this week to experience delays in their next seasons, with Andor coming to a complete production halt while House of Dragons is still trying to finish some things up. The notable exception to this is the Amazon Studio series The Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power, which continues to film in spite of the WGA strike. Now, they're having to do so without the power of the executive producers J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, but with only 19 days of filming left on the docket, they don't anticipate anything will happen that's going to damage the integrity of the show or the Lord of the Rings franchise moving forward. We can only hope that they're making the right decision where this is concerned. Finally, tomorrow is the day that so many of us Switch users have been waiting for. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom makes it to shelves and downloads tonight at midnight. One of the biggest criticisms of its predecessor, Breath of the Wild, was the samey feeling of the dungeons. Though the game was amazing, there are people who thought it was a bit derivative of some classic games like Shadow of the Colossus. Art director Satoru Takizama, though, assures gamers that this experience is going to be different. The dungeons in Tears for the Kingdom are going to be regionalized in a way that makes sense for their placement in the world. He says this is going to be reminiscent of what we experienced in legendary Zelda games like Ocarina of Time and The Twilight Princess. Getting top marks from nearly every major gaming reviewer, Tears for the Kingdom seems like it's going to be another hit for Nintendo on the Switch console. Well, that's it for Thursday's download. Make sure that you check out the Fangirling Over Jesus podcast as Ashley Cox talks about the redemption arc of Crosshair from Bad Batch Season 2, and the new episode of The Reverend and the Reprobate, which drops today, where we interview the geniuses behind Galactic Empire, a heavy metal cover band that covers all of John Williams' Star Wars classics. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and to join our Facebook group so that you can stay up to date on all the nerdy news from your favorite fandoms. I'm Lucas Pinkard from Christian Nerd HQ. Peace and blessings.